Once upon a time, do you believe in magic? Do you believe that flowers can dance and toys can move? Because this story is for those who believe. And if you listen with your heart, you may see the magic to this is the story of Ida and her little flowers. In a small town called Quicksville, magic lived everywhere, in houses, in trees, in toys, even in chairs and tables. But there was one rule. Only people who believed in magic could see it, and people who did not believe could see nothing at all. In the middle of Quicksville, there was a big house, and in that house lived a little girl named Ida. Ida was a kind and quiet girl, and she loved flowers more than anything else in the world. She loved roses, tulips, daffodils, lilies and carnations, and she talked to them every day. She watered them in the morning. She touched their leaves gently, and she told them her thoughts. But Ida never smiled. The sun tried to make her happy. The flowers tried to make her happy. The fresh air tried to make her happy, but nothing worked. Ida's father loved his daughter very much, and he wanted to see her smile. So he invited children from the town to come to their house to learn art, because he thought art could make Ida happy. Many children came, and among them was a boy named Henry. Henry was different from the other children. Henry believed in magic. He talked to trees, he listened to clouds, and he believed stars had feelings. But when he drew pictures, his pictures were strange and wonderful. One day, Henry drew a picture of a man holding a heart, and the teacher became angry and said it was wrong and silly. But Henry said imagination helps children learn, and magic teaches lessons. But the teacher did not listen because the teacher did not believe in magic. Ida listened quietly, and she watched Henry with interest because he spoke with hope and wonder. One day, Ida saw that her flowers were not well. Their heads were down, their colors were weak, and their leaves were dry. Ida felt very sad and asked herself why her flowers were dying. The teacher said it was natural and told her not to worry, but Ida could not stop thinking about them. Henry came close and spoke softly to Ida. He said the flowers were not dead. They were only tired because every night they went to a castle outside the town to dance. Henry said that at night, when people sleep, flowers leave their pots and go to the castle where they dance and sing. But they must hide from the castle keeper, who does not care for them. Ida was surprised and asked if it was true. Henry said it was true, but only people who believe can see it. Ida wanted to see the dancing flowers, but she could not go out at night. Henry had an idea. He told Ida to close the door of her toy room before sleeping, so the flowers could not leave the house, and they would dance there instead. But he said Ida must believe, or she would see nothing. That night, Ida did exactly what Henry said. She moved her toys, made space in the room, and spoke kindly to her flowers. She told her doll Sophie to sleep somewhere else for the night, and though Sophie looked sad, Ida believed Sophie understood. Ida went to bed, and her heart was full of hope. At first, she could not sleep, but then she heard soft music. She opened her eyes and saw the most beautiful thing she had ever seen. Her flowers were dancing. Roses turned slowly, tulips moved lightly, and daffodils smiled as they swayed. A lily played music, and even the toys began to move. Ida watched with wide eyes and felt happiness for the first time. Sophie came out of the drawer and joined the party, though she felt lonely at first. The flowers danced even though their colors were fading, and they were happy because this was their last dance. They told Sophie that they would soon be gone, and they asked her to tell Ida to bury them in the garden so they could come back every year. When morning came, Ida woke up and ran to the garden. She understood what she had to do. She buried her flowers with love, and as she did, she smiled a beautiful smile. From that day on, Ida believed in magic. She talked to the sun and the moon. She danced with plants, and she sang with spoons. Every year her flowers came back, dancing in the night, and people say that even today in Quicksville, flowers still dance for those who believe. And that is how Ida's little flowers brought magic and a smile into the world.